Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman's big press conference largely focused on the micro, small and medium enterprises. Several demands made by the MSME sector for a long time. Remember, there was a perverse disincentive to growth, which essentially means that as you grew, a lot of the benefits that accrue to small companies because of the fact that they were small were no longer available. So that's been fixed quite substantially. And I want to get reactions on this. Soumyakanti Ghosh joins us. He's the Chief Economic Advisor to the State Bank of India. Samir Kochar joins us. He's the President of Scotch Development Foundation. It's a think tank that works very closely with small companies in India. Rajiv Dubey is our National Affairs Editor, Business Editor, and we've got Rahul Srivastava, National Affairs Editor as well. Samir Kochar, I come to you first. You've been pushing for several of these measures for the micro, small and medium enterprises. Net. For those who are watching this press conference, what according to you is the biggest takeaway?
Okay, so I think in terms of vision and what has been announced, it's a blockbuster vision. It's really mega. And the single biggest change that has happened is actually the definitional issue of MSME. And, so where there is no difference between banking and services MSME. Now, I'm also a reforms historian. So if you look at in terms of 1991 reforms, one of the things that was not done even after that was the administrative reform. Similarly, here there is going to be a lot of implementation fine print, which is administrative in nature. And for example, if you change the definition of MSME for registration, is the MSME definition also changed for banks for lending? Because banks calculate the credit line to an MSME depending on whether he's services or manufacturing. So unless that is addressed, then this merger of definition for registering an MSME is quite meaningless. Unless and until banks also implement it, that is one thing. Second thing is that there is this concept of registered MSME. Now, why should, if it's a turnover-based definition and that data is available to you through GST, how many invoices that are raised, then why should I register with NSIC? Most people do not like to get registered with NSIC, but it's a fairly exploitative relationship. Also, once you tell your customers that you're NSIC registered, they don't want to do business with you because then they start getting counted in the MSME Act. So since the government is incapable of implementing the provisions of MSME Act, then changing the definition and then insisting that you get registered is counterproductive. So unless until that change comes about, nothing much is going to change. The third part is the enhanced credit limit that they've talked about, 3 lakh crores. Now, this I assume is a top-up limit on top of the existing limit. Now, what percentage of top-up will be there is something that we will have to see. Also, if you look at the earlier credit guarantee schemes, they have been fairly dysfunctional the way the credit guarantee fund has been operating. For example, 25% collateral and 75% is government guarantee in the existing scheme. But for that 25%, the risk is carried by the bank, and banks end up taking 125% collateral to cover that 25%. So actually, if you go to a bank, you will get loan against 125% collateral. But if you go through the credit guarantee scheme, you give 125% for 25 and 75% is given by the government. So the bank is covered by 200%. So is this going to change is something that we will really have to watch. No one has actually got credit